Right, welcome back. So as you know, we're building a fishing boat to enter the Sea Angling Classic.
You nearly tripped over that word then.
No, yes.
So, in this episode,
we're going to be putting paint on.
Yeah. But what colour?
Ooh. What colour do you do boats? Boats are white. All boats are white.
Yeah, that's like having like a white van though, isn't it? It's a bit boring.
You blend in.
Right, let's see what we do with this boat.
Yep. Alright, but first what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the boat. So we're going to attempt to do something which we've never done before, is roll the boat over in the workshop. So let's see if we can figure out how to do that.
What could possibly go wrong?
Right, so I'm in the cabin. It's a bit squat, our little cabin, isn't it? So what I want to do is protect my little lovely bald head from getting stabbed by bits of fiberglass and stuff. So we're going to put a headliner in, which will also carry some lights, and it'll just make it look a bit prettier, won't it? So I've made a cardboard template for this side. So now we'll transfer this to a piece of plywood because cardboard's quite awkward to hold up and to make sure it's like lined up correctly. So let's go make this out of plywood, then we'll see if the plywood fits. So this isn't marine ply, this is just exterior ply, but we're kind of inside a boat, aren't we? So I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. Fits kind of good. Right, so I'll repeat the process now for the port side. Something like that. Okay, so it's all plied now, but now we've blocked off the skylights. So there's a skylight just above here, so let's have a look from the top to see how we're gonna like finish it around the edge. So the keen eyes amongst you will notice that it's not actually a bank sensor, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, so I think we're just gonna follow the line of these little ribs inside here, because then it'll screw straight up to this piece, and then I don't think we need to really overthink it and make it look absolutely beautiful. I don't think anyone's going to be in the boat and looking up, are they? It's only painted, isn't it? So it should be good. Right, so we've got all of our plywood cut now. As you could see, we've put 4 lights in. It might sound a bit excessive for such a small area, but I hate casting shadows. So you basically put your head against the light and then it casts a big shadow in the whole boat. So we'll be putting a dimmer on these lights, so you can bring them all down. So we should have a good spread of light. We'll probably put these to one side now, and then we'll carpet these at a later date once the boat's painted. So to roll the boat over, we've got these big beams up here, big I-beam, whatever you call it, going all the way down. The boat will just about fit. What my plan is to put a chain block up there, and then through our nice fresh transom there's like a drain hole here, so potentially we could pick it up there, and we can also lift it off the bow eye out the front, depending on how strong the bow eye is. It should be okay. Okay, so I put a collar through, big M12 ball, and then like a lifting eye. So that's on there now. The load should be nice and spread, and it can still turn, so for when we try and rotate, should be okay, shouldn't it? Should be alright, shouldn't it, Jem?
What can possibly go wrong is my motto today. We'll see.
Right, so we left the chain block on the big boat, so we're going to have to use the forklift. So we use the forklift on the bow, and now we need to put some sort of, we've got one of them like turfer things that we'll attach it up there, and we'll attach it to there, we'll pick up the back, won't we, Jem? And then we'll pick up the front with the forks on a rope, and then hopefully we'll be able to rotate it and land it on its roof there on some tyres. That's our plan.
I'm a bit scared. Because if we drop it and crack it, then we've just wrecked the whole thing, haven't we?
Then we'll have an open top boat. Right, so now what the intention is to connect the bow eye to the forks somehow, and then when we lift the forks, both of them will be out on a 45-degree angle, hopefully both lines, and then all we gotta do is rotate it. Can't be that hard, can it? Gotta flick it round. We might have to do some adjustments, running repairs. Right, let's give the back end a bit of attention now. We're up.
Nearly, yeah.
We're floating. I didn't realise we were floating.
Does your boat float? Yes, it hovers.
Oh, that's a bit
They're freaky.
yeah.
It'll be even freakier when we take the trailer away and there is nothing underneath it.
Just yeah. Who needs a travel lift? Right, did we tell you why we were flipping upside down? We basically want to paint the bottom, don't we? And it's so much easier to do when it's inverted. I painted this many years ago with some anti-foul. What we're not doing, we're not anti-fouling it, it's just all going to be one colour all the way through, because basically the boat stays on the trailer. So, and the boat never quite sat right with the waterline that I painted on, so now we can just, it can be any way it wants, can't it? Right, so going to try and get rid of all this anti-foul off. I tried a bit of paint stripper on here, and it has softened it, so I think I'm gonna slather it all in paint stripper. Right, so the transom's had some filler on it now. So you say I sprayed it black. That's like a guide coat for when we sand it off. It leaves the black behind if there's any hollows, doesn't it? So we need to let that go off. I always like to leave it sort of overnight, basically, in case it like starts to sink or anything. Right, so we've been testing how to get this anti-foul off. We tried the no-nonsense stuff from Screwfix, which is a bit weak, really. Then we tried some spray stuff, that works really well. But it comes in a can, and that will never do the whole thing. I tried some heat works. I'm just a bit like, can you heat a 5-glass full? I don't know. How much it might go soft, I don't know. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So I think we're just going to sand it, get it all sanded off. What we need to do now is remove the bow eye, the one we lifted off. So we know it's pretty structurally good, but obviously we don't want to paint the bow eye, do we? And we may as well take it off. But to do that, one of us has got to go in the boat there and up to the front and get to the bolts. Eeny, meeny, miny.
No.
Is it me? The skinny one? Oh, the skinny one's got to go down. Ooh. What, big under it? Ooh, walking on the ceiling. There it is. Oh yeah. Will it come out, Jem, or... Oh, hang on. There we go, one so hard. Looks quite weird upside down. It feels like I'm in like a crashed plane or something like that. You're only like, I don't know, you feel like you're walking around and you should be there. Right, well, it's been a couple of days of sanding, genuinely a few days of sanding. All the anti-fouls off, all of the white paint on the sides is off. Initially we were just going to like smooth it out, do the white, but for maybe just take it all back. We know exactly where we stand then, don't we? We've circled a couple of areas that need a bit of filler. So where we initially filled around here, there's still a tiny bit low. So I've just circled them in pencil. Gonna give them a clean up, quick fill now, flat them back, and then I think we're ready for paint. What do you think, Jem?
No, we're not. We need to go and get our paint colour. So should we run out now and go and do that? So we're at M&P Paint and we're picking the colour that we want for the boat. Ignore me blue face, it's sort of stuck.
It's a 494.
Thank you. Not sure what your colour, Jem.
Didn't want red. So what colour have we gone for?
Jordan's Special Grey.
Oh, is it like a secret mix?
It's a secret blend.
So it's all been sanded to within an inch of its life. It's all been cleaned and degreased. And now we're just we'll do one final step before we paint it, and that's run around with some tack cloths and just make sure everything's off it, but it is smooth.
Bit of a sticky cloth, this. If I didn't know that's what these were for, I probably wouldn't put this on. I'd think like it, so. Right, so let's see what else it picks up. Not a lot, really. So, start at the beginning. So we're going to start at this corner.
Well, technically that's the end, because it's the back.
Oh. Keep flipping it.
Considering this boat is about 45 years old, it's strong and it's in awesome condition. Look at that.
Well, it's beauty of fiberglass though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fiberglass just doesn't really deteriorate.
So after going to the awesome guys at M&P Paint, who by the way were absolutely awesome. We didn't go there originally, we went to a more local paint shop to us, and the experience we got was disgusting really. The attitude of the person was like, no, this was a place that mixed paints by the way. No, we can't mix paints, no, you wait weeks, horrible. So literally while we was in the car park there, I was Googling, you know, because we were like in a rush to get this paint. So M&P Enterprises Limited in Chester came up. So we phoned them while we were sat in the car park of the other place we'd tried. And they were like, yeah, come on down, we can sort you out straight away. The guys there, like, know what they're doing. They're absolutely awesome. And we were very privileged that they actually let us come back and, you know, pick our own colours and mix our own stuff. But me and Simon couldn't decide what paint we wanted. So we sort of said to them, this is the idea we've got, go for it. Now M&P Paint is a family company. So Paul, the dad, mixed this one for us, and Jordan, the son, made this one. Now originally I was going to put Jordan's colour on the hull, on the bottom, but we changed our mind last night. So Jordan's colour is going to go on the top half of the boat and all of the external interior. And Paul's special colour is going to go on the hull. So, are you excited to see what Paul's special colour is? Because I am. It could be pink. I don't know. I've not opened the can. Right, let's talk paint. So we are using Raptor Paint on this boat, which is something we've never used before. So this is quite exciting. Now Raptor is very well known for fill, shake and shoot, and apparently it's dead easy for DIY people. So you come in, you can get a kit like this, which is tintable, so you can tint it to any colour that you want. And in this box, say if you were to do a little project at home, this is the box that you'd get. And it comes with 4 bottles, a measuring jug and the hardener. So because it's tintable, you would need to add your own colour into it, which that's why we've got Paul's Special Mix down there. So when you're using the bottles, all you do is you put your colour in, you put the amount of hardener, which literally you filter the line. It tells you, you didn't even have to work it out. You put it in there, give it a good shake, and then you use your shuts gun, and that shuts gun connects directly to the bottle. I haven't even opened one of these, so let's have a look. There we go. So that literally goes on. Hook it up to your compressor, and away you go. They do also do Raptor now in aerosol cans. So if you haven't got an air compressor and you've got a little project you want to do, you can actually buy a little aerosol can. You pop the bottom, which then activates it, give it a good shake, and away you go. So you can pick what consistency you want with Raptor, because you can get quite a coarse texture, but if you add thinners to it, you can actually make it smooth. So on this boat, we're going to do a smooth finish on the hull, and then on the top it's going to be textured, and we're going to add grit into the deck so it is a proper non-slip deck as well, because you don't want to see me falling over and going bum over boob, do we? For this application, we're not going to use the little bottles. We're going to save them for smaller jobs. And we've got a big tin. So hopefully this big tin should do the whole hull with some left over. So we need to mix this up. You mix it up 3-to-1 with your hardener. We're going to go for a 20% thinners because we want it smooth, not a textured finish. And then we add 10% of our colour into it as well. So let's get mixing.
Right, so this is the tintable paints. Doesn't look much, does it? Looks like PVA glue. So what I recommend is we give it all a good mix now. Never know, it might have settled in the tin, mightn't it?
A little bit more, like a little bit. Yeah, that should do. Yep, bang on.
Okay, you just want to flick off then.
Good. A little bit more. One more little splash. Another little. Yes. Okay.
So what's this? 10%?
10%. Go on.
You wouldn't think that'd be enough, would you?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 20% thinners. Slow down, stop.
Nudge more.
Little tiny drivel, stop.
Right, so the first coat's on. My experience with spraying, obviously I've painted vans and stuff like that in the past, and it's sort of, I've messed a few vans up, I had to do them again, but this painting goes on really well. It's very slow. I was expecting to like come out a lot faster, but if you take your time, basically I tried it on a piece of cardboard around there, you cannot make it run. So I think the next coat is going to be a nice heavier coat. It's a bit thin in places, but no, it's going really well.
So there we go. It's had 2 coats of Raptor with a smooth finish. Paul put quite a lot of metallic in the paint as well, so you can't really tell in this light, but when you shine a light on it like this, you can see it. So it's going to be really exciting for when it's dry to actually take it all outside and see how it sparkles. So just got to wait for it to dry now before we can flip it over and see what colour we're going to be putting on the top. So how was your first experience using Raptor Paint?
Oh, it's very forgiving. I think I've been a bit sort of twitchy about doing it, but I think anyone could do it, to be honest with you. It is aimed at beginners anyway, so it's really easy to use. I'm quite looking forward to putting the textured finish on now on the top. So, ooh, have I let it slip? We're doing texture on the top, so it's going to be like very sort of aggressive and
tough.
Tough, that's what we want. Tough, so the fish look at us and go, oh, I'm going to jump on their boat because they're tough.
So, come back to see what the pink texture looks like.
Pink?